Good morning, everybody. My name is Mrs. Me, and we are continuing our lesson about worry and anxiety. And if you didn't do so last week, we are going to make our worry monsters this week. So I hope that you found some things around your house that you can use to make your worry monster. I have a couple that I started already, but I did just get a new empty Kleenex box, and so I'm going to start from the beginning and just show you, how to make a worry monster and what it might look like. But the great thing about making our worry monsters is that there really aren't any rules. You can make it however you like with whatever you found at your house. Just make sure to ask mom and dad before you start digging through the garbage, okay? And if you just have paper and you just want to cut it out of paper, that is great. And if you didn't find anything around your house, if you don't have a lot of craft supplies at your house, that is just fine too. I will attach some coloring sheets and some worksheets to this lesson so that you can just color your worry monster instead of trying to create one. And if you made your worry monster last week and you still want to do something this week, I will make sure that there's some additional worksheets that you can work on. And then remember, once you have your worry monster made, that we need to remember to feed it. Otherwise, it's going to get very hungry. So when we are making our worry monsters, the first and most important piece is that I want you to find a verse and put a verse on your worry monster. Did you know that there are tons and tons of verses in the Bible about worry and about anxiety? And so the one that I chose for my first worry monster is from the book of Psalm, chapter 55, verse 22. It says, "Cast your burden on the Lord, and he will sustain you. He will never permit the righteous to be moved." And there is another one that I just love that I think I'm going to put on my next worry monster. It is, "Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." And that is from Matthew chapter 6, verse 34. So once you have the verse that you have decided that really speaks to you and you really want to put on your monster, you can either write it right on your monster, or since it's kind of hard to write on a Kleenex box, I put mine on a piece of paper and then I taped it on. Then I have my scissors and some paper that I just found lying around the house, and I cut out some big scary teeth for my worry monster. I cut out some googly eyes for my worry monster. My kids have kind of been playing with mine, so it looks a little wonky. They are starting to destroy it. I found a glove that I stuck on there. So this is the one that I have finished already. He's a little scary, a little silly. Then I found an oatmeal container that actually Mrs. Basie gave to me. So thank you, Miss Basie. And I have got my teeth in there, but somebody ripped off his eyeballs. So I have to put some new eyeballs on this worry monster. And then the third one, I found another Kleenex box, but you can really use anything that you have lying around. All you have to do is put some teeth and some eyes and maybe some funny hands or a funny face or a funny nose, and your monster is complete. So I think I'm going to leave this one toothless because I think it would be kind of funny to think of a monster that doesn't have any teeth. So I'm going to leave this one toothless, and I'm just going to put some eyes and maybe some big weird hands on there. And then, of course, I need to remember my verse. So I will do that now, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done.
Hi.
Okay, I'm back with my assistant, and we have almost finished our worry monsters. So, Evie, I need your help now. Can you take these eyeballs?
Huh.
And can you stick them on this piece of tape right here?
There.
Yeah. Okay, now we have this worry monster complete. This one has a bunch of eyeballs, some scary teeth. Oh, I think we should put some antennas on him. So we'll stick one here and maybe one over here.
Hi.
There we go. I think this worry monster is complete. And we finished.
I'm doing this worry monster.
Okay, you show him. We finished this one with no teeth. He looks pretty silly and not quite as scary, but pretty funny. So we like this guy. Hi. Now, the next step is we need to feed our worry monsters. So Evie's been feeding this worry monster already, but what we need to do is we are going to take some sheets of paper, and when something is worrying us, when we are feeling kind of yucky or kind of anxious about something, we're going to take our little piece of paper and we're going to write it down. And then, Abby, can you do this one? Can you feed it to the worry monster, please?
Can I eat it?
Then we feed our worry monsters. Do you want to give it some more?
Is he hungry?
He's hungry.
Why?
Yeah, here we go.
You say we do your monster.
Can you feed the monster? Thank you. So once we've fed those worries to our worry monster, we get them out of our head, and it's not something that we are going to let worry us or make us anxious anymore. We are going to cast those worries onto the Lord. We are going to feed our worry monsters and let those worries go. So I hope that that was a fun activity today. I hoped that that helped get some of your worries out of your head and feed them into the monster, cast them onto the Lord. And like I said, if you don't have stuff to make your own worry monster, don't worry about it. You can color a worry monster instead, or do some of the worksheets that I have attached here in case you already made your monsters last week. And then remember to continue to feed those monsters so they don't get hungry. Okay, I'll see you next week. I love you all. See you soon.
See you soon. What are you doing?